Hey y'all, Rusty Rob here. Welcome to another video. This time we're doing Advent of Code Day 2, and I've over-engineered the Rust code this time, so it's a good chance to learn some Rust using enums and the powerful new Lighthouse syntax and things like that, and error handling, so check it out. So we're going through the lines, and for each line we're mapping it to a game, and if that game's okay, then we grab the valid game's ID and we sum that up and we print the answer. So I haven't actually run this yet, but because it's over-engineered and it compiles, I'm hoping it's going to work. So let's paste in the data and run that. And submit that. Perfect. So let's walk through this code because I think it's a good chance to learn some over-engineered Rust. Let's go to presentation mode. So first of all, the format is you get a series of games. So the first part of the string is the game separated by a colon. And then each game is a series of sets of colors with counts separated by a semicolon. So we'll split the string to get the game and then the sets, and then we'll split the set into these pieces, and then each of these will split into the count and the color. So we're using an enum for the color, and our implementation of color will give us an error if there's an unexpected color. This was quite useful. I accidentally had red twice and it gave me a compile time error. So that was cool. And a color is okay if the count is less than 12, 14, or 13, which is just part of the rules we're given. If I really wanted to completely over-engineer that, I could have put those counts as part of the configuration. But let's go on. One thing about the game, which is quite cool, is this okay or else syntax. So as we parse it, if we don't manage to parse it, we get an error string. And there's actually a new powerful syntax in Rust where you can go like this. It's else. This is else syntax. So if the pattern doesn't match, then we could return an error of whatever formatted string we wanted. So these are pretty much equivalent. And what's great in systems programming is you're constantly checking for errors and invalid state. And often each time you check something, you'll have an if statement. And then inside that, you'll check for something else. And each time you get a new scope, and so you start getting very, very nested. So this else syntax is really useful. So one after the other, we can return different errors. And so you can see I'm just using the split once functionality, and that will return none if there's not two parts. So that's quite useful. And then for the sets, I'm looping through those and trying to make a game set from that. And this question mark is quite powerful because if this was unable to parse this part into a game set, then this will return an error. And then that question mark means it automatically returns as this result tab. And the reason I used the for loop was I wanted to go like this. Set parts dot split dot dot dot, and then I wanted to go dot map, and then game set new. But then this is a result with an error, whereas I want a game set, not a result of game set. And so then, okay, I can have a closure where I unwrap that. So I could be like x, new x, but then this doesn't propagate through the closure up to here. So I wasn't sure how to go from a list of results to a list of values that returns the first error. So then I decided it made more sense just to use the for loop. We don't need to put that, we'll default to that. So yeah, the game is just a set of game sets. It implements debug if we want to print it out. And the game set is just a vector of these color enums and counts. So yeah, anything else worth noting? Not really. And I decided just to convert to i64 to check for overflow. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to subscribe. I'll probably not do any more basic videos like this. I'll stick to some more advanced ones in the future. But I definitely think for these advent of code problems, it is quite nice to over-engineer them and practice with, enums and results and advanced Rust features such as if-else syntax. So it's a good chance to learn rather than just trying to do it as quickly as possible. So yeah, thank you for watching, and this is Rusty Rob signing out.